How y'all doing once again, man? It's your boy L Dog back in the building. Larry Reactions is here to talk about, man, WWE Elimination Chamber last night. A1. A1. Shout out, and first of all, if I get started with this review, shout out to Montreal. That is one of the best wrestling crowds ever. Ever. They were livid last night. They were on some other shit. They were lit last night. But let's get right into it. Okay, so the first match was the women's Elimination Chamber. Good match. Very good match. A lot of good spots. Raquel got in there and dominated. She was dominating until Asuka and Carmella, they ganged up on her. They was, man, barraging her with super kicks. Super kick. And then they did a double pin on her to get her eliminated. Good match. Very good match. There was also another spot where Raquel, she put Nikki Cross through one of the pods. Man, very nice. Very nice. All the competitors did their job. Everything. The chemistry, everything was there. There was no miscontact with the moves or nothing like that. Liv Morgan even did a spot off one of the top of the pods. A sunset flip powerbomb off the chain. Off the chain. She did her thing. Liv stepping her game up. She really stepping her game up. But all in all, it's got to be a winner. And the winner is Asuka. Now, I think Asuka versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, that's going to be a hell of a match, y'all. That's going to be a very good match. Now, do I think that Bianca's gonna win? It's gonna be a hell of a match, but I think they're gonna have Bianca lose it at WrestleMania. Or either way, I think they're gonna have a loser at WrestleMania, but I'm thinking they might add a third. They might add a third competitor. It's a lot going on in the women's division right now. So they might add a third competitor, just to make it that much more exciting. Hell, they might even do a fatal four-way. I mean, the women division, they doing their thing. They're doing their thing right now. So, and I would love to see Raquel have a chance. And I seen they doing a promo. They did a promo with Ronda Rousey. I just, I just hope when she comes back, they don't just stuff her in the main event picture. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they're giving her the Brock Lesnar treatment, and it's really unnecessary. It's really unnecessary. So, but shout out to Asuka, man. Shout out to Asuka. She deserved it. It's gonna be a hell of a match at Mania. Bianca versus Asuka. So far, it's gonna be a hell of a match. But moving right along. So, second match of the night, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Now, this is the typical Clash of the Titans. Two big boys going at it with each other, man. I'm talking about just brawling. This is a physical match. This was a physical match. They were beating the shit out of each other. Of course, it's not like Brock Lesnar has a very broad moveset. So, all in all, what ended up happening, of course, the scenario, F5, suplex city, whatever. But all in all, it was entertaining. But what ended up happening, Bobby Lashley put Brock Lesnar in the hurt lock, and he couldn't get out of it. I believe it was the second or third time that he tried it. Brock Lesnar couldn't escape it. So Brock Lesnar did a low blow. And the crowd went crazy. Like, they fucking booed the shit. They booed the shit out of Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar just went outside the ring. He just went on another fucking rampage. I'm talking about the refs was catching it. Everybody. It didn't matter. Everybody was catching it. The announce tables. Everybody. Officials, it didn't matter. He did not care. So I guess and who's ever heel and babyface in this whole storyline, it's been kind of wishy-washy. Because, at one point, it looked like they was going to make Brock the heel and Bobby the face. And then at one point, it looked like they was going to make Bobby the heel and Brock the face. So it's just up in the air. I'm thinking the culmination of this is going to have to be a no holds barred. Anything fucking goes at WrestleMania. And it's going to be fun. And it's going to be chaos. Fuck it. Just let them go all out. Because ultimately, that's what's going to have to happen. But then, what happened on SmackDown, apparently, Bray Wyatt has his eye on whoever the winner of that match was going to be. But it ended in disqualification. You know what I'm saying? That's very interesting. I'm very interested to know where they're going to go with it. Because I was looking for the lights to go out and the Titantron to start flickering, you know what I'm saying, and show Bray Wyatt or something like that. So I wonder what Bray Wyatt's interest is with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Guessing because, everybody sees them as the top two contenders for for a title shot. Especially after this, the bloodline Roman Reigns situation gets done. So, you know what I'm saying? Very interested to see where that goes with Bray Wyatt and Bobby and Brock. Okay, so the next match. Now this was a fun match. Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor versus Edge and Beth Phoenix. Now, I was thinking going in, I was like, they might hit everybody with a swerve and let Rhea and Finn Balor win. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I got to thinking about it and I was like, you know what? Edge has been getting his ass beat every time he came back. Something terrible has happened. He done got put out of commission fucking with the Judgment Day. So I was like, it makes sense. It made sense for Beth and Edge to win. Now, this like I said, this match was really fun. This was a really fun match. There was a spot in the match where Finn Balor and Edge, they were on the top rope and they were, basically punching each other or whatever like that. Then all of a sudden you see Rhea come up and go for the powerbomb position. And then you see Beth come up and get Finn in the powerbomb position. So they walk off the rope. Beth got Finn up. And Rhea Ripley got Edge up. And they walking with them and they powerbomb them. I thought that was a really good spot. That was a really good spot, so that, the powerful, women, deal, you know what I'm saying? It was fun. It was a fun match. And then Edge put Finn Balor, it was one spot, Edge put Finn Balor in the educator, his submission move, and then Rhea tried to come in and interfere. Beth came and put her in it. And they were like side by side. Rhea and Finn were kind of facing each other. And Rhea grabbed Finn's hand to keep him from tapping, so they can keep each other from tapping. Shit was great. And Dom, man, Dom is so. Hey, it was one spot. Dom was distracting the ref, and Dom slipped Rhea some brass knucks. And when that happened, Rhea smacked the shit out of Edge with the brass knucks. When Edge came back too, Edge basically clotheslined Finn Balor outside of the ring running after Dominic. And Dominic is so hated and so over with the crowd. They were yelling, "Fuck you, Dominic," over and over again. Bad. Edge ran Dominic out the fucking out the arena or off the ramp or whatever like that. Then all of a sudden he showed back up. The crowd just booed. I mean the booing that Dominic received, and then the fact that they playing in with the commentary that he done hard time. Shit is priceless. That shit is funny. Ex-condom. Man. But ultimately what ended up happening, in which it made sense, Edge and Beth got the win. But they used the tag team finish. I believe it belonged to the Revival, the Shatter Machine. They used that to beat Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. So it was a nice finish. Like I said, they deserve it. I'm just wondering what else they got in store for Edge next. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when he came back, he did an interview. He said he wasn't planning on being here probably 2 more years. So he probably ain't going to do too many more matches, but I'm hoping. But, you know, it's bittersweet. You know, I understand. You know, you don't want to be taking bumps, especially he was gone for like 9 years, and then he came back right into the same shit. But he's in ring shape. But you know, hey man, we gonna enjoy Edge while you're here, man. That's it. Rated R superstar. Hey, legend in the making. And then the next match, the men's elimination champion for the United States Championship. Now, I had already predicted the winner for this match, and I was right. Austin Theory pulled it off. It didn't make sense for Austin Theory to lose, especially with the time they've been putting into him, because he is that piece of shit heel, bad guy. Austin Theory, the textbook smug piece of shit champion. That's Austin Theory. That is Austin Theory, and he's doing great work as United States champion. He is. He is the, you know, like he has the United States Championship, which is in the same, you know, spot as the Intercontinental Championship. It's the workhorse title. He's the workhorse, and it played out just like I thought that he was going to win. Now, the things that went on in that match, amazing. Shout out to all the competitors. Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford did his thing. Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, Austin Theory. Everybody did a hell of a job. This was by far one of the matches of the night. Real shit. I mean, next to the main event. This was like the next run up to the main event. This was the match of the night. Montez Ford is a pure fucking athlete. If you didn't know, if you're sleeping on Montez Ford needs a singles run like yesterday. He is completely over with the crowd. He did a spot where he did like a dive on everybody. I think he was hanging from the top of the cage or something like that. He just dived on everybody. The shit was incredible. And then he eliminated 2 people. He eliminated it was a spot where they had the Bronson Reed got in there, and Bronson Reed extremely talented. If you don't know who Bronson Reed is, he got let go when they did the big release, all the releases when Vince was still in charge of things or whatever like that. His work in NXT great. Dude is big ass Samoan dude, man, and he moves very well. Very talented. Definitely see him going places in the future with the company. I was very happy when they brought him back. Very happy. Cause he a big guy, and the way he move, man. Talented. But they had to basically triple team him to get him out of there. He had to take 3 finishing moves for him to, get eliminated. And the last finishing move that he took was the from the heavens frog splash from Montez Ford. I mean, great. And he got the pin. Montez Ford did. But and then there was another spot where Johnny Gargano and Seth Rollins was sitting on top of a pod. They were fighting off 2 other opponents or whatever. And then all of a sudden they just looked at each other like, hey, what's up? So you made it to the top, huh? So you sitting up here with me, huh? And all of a sudden it's just like instantly Seth Rollins just started, they just started fighting. And he started ramming Johnny Gargano's head into the back of the pod, plastic or plexiglass or whatever. And all of a sudden, Seth Rollins picked up Johnny Gargano in a powerbomb position. I was like, oh shit, he is not gonna do that. And of course you see everybody standing up, down below, and I'm thinking he gonna fucking powerbomb him on top of everybody else. But when he went for it, Johnny Gargano reversed it into a Frankenstein, into a Hurricane Rana, and man, that was a hell of a spot. That was a great spot. Man, very exciting. The crowd lost it. But like I said, ultimately, what ended up happening, it got down to the point of the final 3 was Montez Ford, Seth Rollins, and Austin Theory. Okay. So, Montez Ford, man, he went on a rampage. I'm talking about just doing top rope planches out to Seth and Austin Theory against the cage. Like doing rope flips outside, man. I'm talking about back and forth. I mean, shit was good. When I tell you Montez Ford is an athlete, he's an athlete, man. But he took his eye off the ball for a second. He got hit by Austin Theory one time, and then he crawled. He kind of had his head outside of the ropes, and Seth Rollins curb stomped him onto the steel outside of the ring, inside the Elimination Chamber. And he got eliminated. Montez Ford got eliminated. But Montez was really slow to get up. They had to call the officials out there, the EMTs or whatever like that. And he was really slow to get up. Like it looked like he was legitimately injured. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was, as he was walking out, when they opened the cage up, all of a sudden, fucking Logan Paul comes in and curb stomps Seth Rollins, causing Seth Rollins to lose. Austin Theory got the pin. Austin Theory is still your United States champion. I knew this was coming. Can you imagine? And I said this in my last video when I did a review for the Royal Rumble. Can you imagine? And it's gonna happen. Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. That's probably gonna be one of the best matches of the year. Guaranteed. One of the best storyline rivalries of the year. Guaranteed. And that's gonna give Logan Paul that that push, that extra push that he needs to be solidified. I'm excited. I think that's gonna work. That's definitely gonna fucking work. But still your United States champion, Austin Theory. Now, right along to the main event. The underdog from the underground. Sami Zayn. Gotcha. Sami Zayn versus head of the table, tribal chief, your undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Now, I ain't gonna get into a whole bunch of details. Sammy's family was outside of the ring, and of course, Roman had to play with that a whole lot. Roman got over there, one part of the match, Roman got over there talking about, I wanted us to be together. He wanted to pull my family apart. I wanted us to be together. He made me do this. He's making me do this. I was like, this is so good. This storyline is so good. And it was so many close calls. First of all, the ref got knocked out twice. 2 different refs. Okay, so the first time the ref got knocked out, Jimmy showed up. Jimmy showed up and super kicked the shit out of Sami Zayn like 3 times. But it wasn't enough. Roman went for the pin. Sami still got life in him. He kicked out. Okay. The second time, the new ref got knocked out. All of a sudden, Roman turned around and he see Jay. The crowd fucking lost it. Like I said, this whole thing is about Jay. This whole thing revolves around Jay Uso. Main event Jay. So, long story short, Roman, the ref still knocked out. Roman hands Jay the steel chair. Talking about, I want you to beat the shit out of him with it. Same scenario would happen with Sami Zayn. I was thinking in my head, I said, Roman got his back turned to Jay Uso. Jay got that chair in his hand. Jay gonna hit Roman with this chair. And the crowd is gonna fucking lose their shit. Okay? But it went a little different. Cause first I thought, then I said, oh, he gonna hit Sammy. He gonna fucking hit Sammy. And the crowd gonna lose it anyway. Anything that happens, the crowd is gonna lose their shit. It's just according to how they gonna do it. Or what's gonna happen, or what they're gonna do. So, what ended up happening, Jay dropped the chair. Jay is conflicted. Roman turned around and was like, what? You gonna choose him over us? We're your family. We bloodline. And Roman started pushing him in the face just like he did Sammy. And Jay a different breed. Jay ain't gonna take too much of that. But Sammy regained consciousness. Sammy ran at Roman Reigns. Roman sidestepped. And Sami Zayn had basically speared Jay Uso. I was like, oh shit. Speared him out the ring. And I was like, oh shit. And the crowd was saying, just like they did Dominic, they were saying, fuck you, Roman. They were saying, fuck you, Roman, so loud, it was deafening. You couldn't hear anything else. Shit was crazy. But, ultimately, spear, Superman punch, spear, I'm talking about cut his ass in half spear. And still, your undisputed, universal WWE champion, the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. The bloodline prevails. I didn't see Jay. They didn't show Jay anymore, and I was thinking that he might pop back up, but they showed Jimmy. But then after that, they proceeded to beat the shit out of Sami Zayn. And then all of a sudden, KO music hit. Of course, they in Montreal. So Sammy already had the whole city behind him. And then on top of that, KO came out. When they were beating the shit out of Sami Zayn, you can imagine the fuck you Romans were, the whole arena. And then all of a sudden, KO came out, the crowd lost their shit. The crowd lost their shit. Which lets you know my prediction that I said, it's gonna happen. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens reunion, they're gonna link up and they're gonna take the tag titles away from the Usos. That whole misguided spear when Sammy hit Jey Uso, that might be the catalyst, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, this whole thing revolves around Jey Uso. Jey Uso being that top tier athlete that we all know that he is and all know that he can be. We done seen it. He took Roman to the limit. But like I said, at WrestleMania, regardless of what happens, with this Roman, Jey Uso situation or whatever, Cody Rhodes is leaving as champion. Cody Rhodes will be a champion when he leaves WrestleMania. That is my prediction. He is going to be a champion. But very anxious to see how all this going to culminate to the end of the bloodline, because it's coming. And it's coming fast. It is coming. But man, I can sit here and I can speculate, talk about wrestling all goddamn day. But as usual, y'all comment down below what y'all thought about the pay-per-view and what y'all think gonna happen at the show of shows, Showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania. And make sure y'all like and subscribe. God bless the Fed. Whoa.